Good morning students, welcome to physics online class. Last class we have learned chapter 2 optics. Okay, in that chapter you have learned one question, properties of light. Total 8 properties are there, we can revise 8 properties also. Okay, so the first point is light is a form of energy. The point 2, light always travel along a straight line. Light does not need any medium for propagation. It can even travel through vacuum. The speed of light in vacuum or air is C equal to 3 into 10 power 8 ms power minus 1. Since light is a form of wave, it is characterized by a wavelength lambda and frequency nu, which are related by the equation C equal to nu lambda. C means what? Velocity of light. The different colored light has different wavelength and frequency. Among the visible light, violet light has the highest wavelength and the violet light has the lowest wavelength and the red light has the highest wavelength. When light is incident on the interface between two media, it is partly reflected and the partly refracted. Here total 8 points are there. You have to learn any 5 points. Okay students, I am thinking all the students learned well this 5 points. Okay. Now today we can learn about the refraction of light. Okay, look at this picture. Here incident ray and the refracted ray and normal also given. Okay, incident ray, refracted ray and normal. Why you are saying refracted? Here two medias are there. What are the two media? Rarer media as well as denser media. Okay, rarer media only incident ray is there. Okay, the ray, when a ray of light travels from one transparent media to another media. Okay, first transparent media, that is rarer media. Next one is the denser media. The path of light undergo deviation. This deviation of ray of light is called refraction. Refraction takes place due to the difference in the velocity of light in different media. Rarer media velocity of light different, denser media velocity of light different. The velocity of light is more in the rarer medium and less in the denser medium. Refraction of light obeys two laws of refraction. Lower classes you have learned two laws of refraction. That two laws we can learn. Okay, before that look at the diagram and you can say the incident ray and refracted ray. Okay, incident ray, which medium it is? The rarer medium. Okay, refracted ray is in denser medium. So how it is refracted? The path of the light undergo deviation. This deviation of ray of light only we will say as a refraction. Okay, now we can learn the two laws of refraction. Okay, refraction of light. Here see, look at this picture. This is the incident ray. Refracted ray. It's normal. Okay, we can learn the first law of refraction. The incident ray, the normal ray of light, the incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal of the refracting surface all in the same plane. Okay, the incident ray, refracted ray, normal or the refracting surface are all in the same plane. So this is the first law of refraction. Okay, what's the first law of refraction? The incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal of refracting surface all lie in the same plane. This is the first law. Okay, now we can learn the second law of refraction. So that formula first we can write sin I divided by sin R. What is the sin I divided by sin R equal to mu 2 divided by mu 1. Mu means refractive index. Okay, what is mu? Refractive index. Mu means what? Refractive index. Refractive index. Here refractive index of two media. This first media, this one second media. Okay, first media, rarer media. Rarer, that is air media. Here this denser media. Okay, the first media we can take as mu1, second media we can take as mu2. Okay, here second, this first. So first we can take as mu1 and second you can take as mu2. Okay, student. So here sin I divided by sin R equal to mu2 by mu1. By using this formula, we can say the definition for the second law of refraction, we can say. Okay, this Snell's law. This law is called Snell's law. This definition, by using the formula, we can learn. Okay. See the ratio of the, here divided by there, no. So you should say the ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence. I means what? Angle of incidence. R means angle of refraction. Okay. The ratio of the sine of angle of incidence and the sine of angle of refraction is equal to the ratio of the refractive index of the two media. Okay, is equal to the ratio of the refractive index of the two media. Once again, the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence and the sine of angle of refraction is equal to the refractive index of the two media. Okay, this law is called Snell's law. Which law? Snell's law. Snell's law. Now all of you know that two laws of refraction and Snell's law also you should know. Okay. So once again we can revise the first law of refraction, the incident ray, the refracted ray, normal and the refracting surface or lie in a same plane. Okay, this first law. Second law, the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence and the sine of angle of refraction is equal to the refractive index of the two media. This law is called Snell's law. Okay, all of you know now the two laws. Okay, these are about the refraction of light. Next one, refractive index. So what is refractive index? So that formula, refractive index denote the letters mu. Okay, mu. Refractive index denote the letter mu equal to C divided by V. So this is the formula for refractive index. What's the formula for refractive index? Mu equal to C divided by V. This also, by using this formula, we can say the definition. Okay, the ratio of the speed of light in vacuum, that will is C. Okay, the ratio of the speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in medium. Okay, so the refractive index is defined as the ratio of the speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in medium. So this is the definition for the refractive index. What's the formula? Mu equal to C by V. So here the speed of light in vacuum. So vacuum or air. Okay, here medium. So mu means what? Refractive index. So refractive index is defined as the ratio of the speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in medium. Okay, this refractive index has no unit. Refractive index has no unit. Okay, what is the unit of refractive index? House means what you have to say? No unit. Okay, student, what is the formula for refractive index? Mu equal to C divided by V. Now, the speed of light in medium is low if the refractive index of the medium is high. The speed of light in medium low means the refractive index of the vacuum is high. Okay, refractive index high. The speed of light in medium low. Suppose this low means what happened? The refractive index high. So when the light travels from the denser medium, so denser medium to rarer medium, the refracted ray bent away from the normal and drawn to the interface. Okay, the away from the normal. So this much you have to learn in the refraction of the light. Okay, 9th standard itself you have learned this refraction of light. So when the light travels from the rarer medium to denser medium, the refracted ray bent towards the normal drawn as the interface. Okay, so here very very important, the Snell's law and this refractive index. Okay, once again what Snell's law means, you have to say the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is equal to refractive index of the two media. Okay, so this law is called Snell's law. Write the formula also. Then next, mu means what? Refractive index. Next, define refractive index. So refractive index is defined as the ratio of the speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in medium. Okay, suppose the speed of light in medium low, the refractive index is high. Understand all of you about refraction of light. Next one is dispersion of light. When a beam of white light is refracted through any transparent media such as glass or water, it is split into a component color. This phenomena is known as dispersion of light. Here, monochromatic light or white light. Okay, white light means white light passes through here this glass medium, this prism. Okay, glass medium. What happened? It is split into a component colors. Okay, it is split into a component colors. This phenomena is called dispersion of light. Let me understand dispersion of light once again. When a beam of white light or composite light, that will be here given, composite light is refracted through any transparent media such as glass or water, it is split up into its component colors. This phenomena is known as dispersion of light. Now look at this picture. A band of colors is referred in a spectrum. This spectrum consists of more colors. 7 colors are there. Now what are the colors? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. These colors are represented by VIBGYOR. That's all of you know. VIBGYOR color, 7 colors are there. All of you know. No. About wavelength also we have learned in properties. We have learned. Okay, first red color, next violet color. Okay, red color has the highest wavelength and the violet color has the lowest wavelength. Like that we have learned. No. So this is because different colored lights are bent through different angles. So this is the angle of refraction in different color. Okay, here angle of refraction is different in different colors. Now angle of refraction is smallest for red and the highest for violet. Okay, angle of refraction is smallest for red and highest for violet. But the wavelength, which one is highest? Red only highest and violet lowest. Okay, angular refraction is smallest in red and the highest in violet. So these are about the dispersion of light. All of you understand about dispersion of light. Once again, the definition for dispersion. So when a beam of white light or composite light is refracted through any transparent media such as glass or water, it is split into its component colors. This phenomena is called dispersion of light. Next one is scattering of light. When sunlight enters in the earth atmosphere, look at this picture, the sunlight enters into the earth atmosphere, the atoms and molecules or different gases present in the atmosphere refract the light in all possible directions. So this is called scattering of light. In this all direction which is interact with the particle of medium, this interacting particle of the medium is called scatterer. Okay, so what is scattering? You have to learn. When sunlight enters the earth atmosphere, the atoms and molecules of different gases present in the atmosphere reflect the light in all possible directions. So this scattering is called scattering of light. Okay, this all possible direction is scattered, no? So that is called the scattering of light. There are two types of scatterings are there. One is the elastic scattering, another one is the inelastic scattering. Okay, what are the two types of scattering? Elastic scattering and inelastic scattering. Okay, first you should learn the what is scattering. Okay, after that what are the types of scattering? What are the types of scattering? Elastic scattering and inelastic scattering. Look at this picture. This elastic scattering. I told you two types of scattering. One is the elastic scattering, another one is the inelastic scattering. Okay, so this picture shows elastic scattering. If the energy of the incident beam, here incident beam, you know incident beam, if the energy of the incident beam of light and the scattered beam of light are same, then it is called the elastic scattering. Okay, so elastic scattering is what? If the energy of the incident beam of light and the scattered beam of light are same, it is called elastic scattering. Okay, can you understand? So elastic scattering, if the incident beam of light and the scattered beam of light are same, then it is called elastic scattering. Okay, already you have learned about scattering and two types of scattering. First one is the elastic scattering. So elastic scattering, incident beam of light and the scattered beam of light are same, then it is called elastic scattering. Okay, inelastic scattering, if the energy of the incident beam of light and the scattered beam of light are not same, then it is called inelastic scattering. Elastic scattering we learned same, no, here not same. So incident beam of light and the scattered beam of light are not same, then it is called inelastic scattering. Okay, so here different types of inelastic scatterings are there. So first one is the Rayleigh scattering, Mees scattering, Tyndall scattering, Raman scattering. Okay, what are the types of inelastic scattering? What are the types of inelastic scattering? Rayleigh scattering, Mees scattering, Tyndall scattering and Raman scattering. Okay, so these are about the types of scattering. What are the types of scattering? Ask means you should say elastic scattering and inelastic scattering. Okay, so elastic scattering, if the incident beam of light and the scattered beam of light are same, then it is called elastic scattering. Inelastic means the energy of the incident beam of light and the scattered beam of light are not same, then it is called inelastic scattering. What are the different types of inelastic scattering? Rayleigh scattering, Mees scattering, Tyndall scattering and Raman scattering. Okay, now we can learn one by one what is Rayleigh scattering, what is Mees scattering, what is Tyndall scattering, what is Raman scattering. Like that we can learn one by one. Okay, now this much you should know thoroughly what is scattering, what are the types of scattering and what are the types of inelastic scattering. Okay student, Rayleigh scattering. So Rayleigh scattering states that amount of scattering of light, here the amount of scattering of light is inversely proportional to the fourth power of its wavelength. Okay, what is Rayleigh scattering? Rayleigh scattering states that amount of scattering of light is inversely proportional to the fourth power of its wavelength. So amount of scattering, that denote the letter S, okay, is inversely proportional symbol you have to write, then 1 by lambda power 4. Okay, that only inversely proportional to its fourth power of its wavelength. Okay, inversely proportional to the fourth power of its wavelength. You have to write the formula also. Formula is S is inversely proportional to lambda power 4. Write in time S proportional symbol, then 1 divided by lambda power 4. Okay, what is the definition for Rayleigh scattering? Rayleigh scattering states that amount of scattering of light is inversely proportional to the fourth power of its wavelength. Amount of scattering, denote the letter S, is proportional to 1 divided by lambda power 4. Okay, here shorter wavelength colors are scattered more than longest wavelength. Okay, which color has shortest wavelength? You know, violet color has the shortest wavelength. No, that color scattered much more than the longer wavelength color. Okay, which color has the longer highest wavelength? Red color. Like that we have learned in properties. No, so which one will scattered more? Which wavelength has the shorter wavelength, that is scattered more. Okay, so which wavelength has shortest wavelength? Which one has shortest wavelength? Violet color has shortest wavelength. Okay, the next, when the sunlight passes through the atmosphere, the blue color is scattered to a greater extent than the red color. Now look at this picture. Blue color is scattered to a greater than the red color. So this scattering causes the sky to appear blue in color. Okay, so at sunrise and sunset, the light rays from the sun have to travel a longer distance at the atmosphere than at noon. Hence, most of the blue light are scattered away and only the red light, which gets least scattered, reaches us. So what is the reason? Do you know? What's the reason? Why means the highest wavelength only scattered less. Okay, when compared to the lowest wavelength color. So which one is the lowest wavelength? Violet color is the lowest wavelength. So which color has the lowest wavelength? That only scattered more. So only the sky appears blue in color. Okay, student. So the first you have to write the definition for Rayleigh scattering. After that, what is the reason for the sky appears in blue in color? So two questions are here in this Rayleigh scattering. Can you understand? So first write the definition and you have to write the formula. So what is the formula for Rayleigh scattering? S is inversely proportional to, S means what? Scattering of light is inversely proportional to fourth power of its wavelength. So you have to write the formula S proportional symbol and 1 divided by lambda power 4. Like that you have to write. Then you should write the reason. What is the reason the sky appears blue in color? That reason also you have to write in this Rayleigh scattering. Next, Mie scattering. So Mie scattering takes place when the diameter of the scatterer is similar to a larger than the wavelength of the incident light. It is also elastic scattering. The amount of scattering is independent of its wavelength. Here the amount of scattering is independent to its wavelength. Mie scattering is caused by pollen, dust, smoke, water droplets and other particles in the lower portion of the atmosphere. Okay, Mie scattering is responsible for the white appearance of the clouds. So the Mie scattering is responsible for the white appearance of the clouds. When the white light falls on the water drops, all the colors are equally scattered, which together form a white light in the sky. Okay, so the Mie scattering is responsible for the white appearance of the clouds. When white light falls on the water drops, all the colors are equally scattered, which together to form a white light. So the Mie scattering takes place when the diameter of the scatterer is similar to or the larger than the wavelength of the incident light. Okay, so it is also a elastic scattering. The amount of scattering is independent of wavelength. Amount of scattering is independent of wavelength in this Mie scattering. So Mie scattering is responsible for the white appearance of the clouds. When white light falls on the water drops, all the colors are equally scattered, which together to form the white light. Okay, so these are about the Mie scattering. So far we have learned inelastic scattering. Two types we have learned. What are they? Rayleigh scattering and Mie scattering. Next class we can learn remaining. Next is solved problem number 1. Light rays travel from vacuum into glass whose refractive index is 1.5. So what is refractive index? Denote the letter mu. That is given as 1.5. If the angle of incidence denote the letter small I, is given as 30 degree. Calculate the angle of refraction inside the glass. That only you have to calculate. First you have to write what is given in the question. Okay, given. So first refractive index is given. Okay, refractive index mu equal to 1.5. Refractive index has no unit, so no need to write anything. Okay, the next angle of incidence. Small I equal to 30 degree. So here given mu2 value only 1.5. Okay, see, light rays travel from vacuum to glass. Glass only given here. So you have to write here mu2. So mu1 it is not given. You should take as 1. Okay, so refractive index mu1 equal to 1. You have to take 1. So 1.0. 1 right means also no problem. Here 1.5 there, no, so 1.0 we can take. Okay. So refractive index mu1 given, mu2 given, I also given. What you have to find, R only you have to find. Okay. Then you write the formula for Snell's law. What's the formula? Sin I divided by sin R equal to mu2 divided by mu1. Just you can cross multiply this. You can cross multiply. So you'll get to mu1 sin I equal to mu2 sin R. So mu1, what's the value? 1 into sin I value 30 degree equal to mu2 1.5 sin R only you have to calculate. Okay. So you'll get here sin 30. What's the value of sin 30? 1 into 1 by 2 is the value of sin 30. Okay. Equal to 1.5 sin R. Then sin R you have to calculate. Just sin R alone one side. So you'll get here 1 by 2. Here equal to sin R alone one side divided by 1.5. Okay. The sin R equal to 1 by 2. Just to cross multiply, you'll get to 1 divided by 1.5. So 1 by 1.5 into 2, 3. So what's the value of 1.3? 0.33. It is going on. 33 it is going on. Okay. So sin R equal to 0.33. So R equal to, you should write sin inverse 0.33. Like this also you can keep. Otherwise you write the value also 19.45 degree. 19 minute 45 degree. Like that you have to write. By seeing the sign table C and only you have to write. Otherwise you can keep like this also. Okay. The solved problem page number 28. Okay. This page number 28 it is given. So you should write first what is given in the question, then formula, substitution, answer. Okay, student. Now we can mark the question. All of you take your book.
Yeah.
Roman letter 6, question number 1. What is refractive index?
Yeah.
Page number 17. Refractive index. Second line. The ratio of the speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in medium is defined as the refractive index mu of this medium. Mu equal to C divided by V. From here to here. First question.
Sure.
Then question number 2. State Snell's law. Page number 17. The ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence and the sine of the angle of refraction is equal to the ratio of the refractive index of the two media. This law is known as Snell's law. Write this formula also. Sin I divided by sin R equal to mu2 divided by mu1.
Sure.
Define fourth question. Define dispersion of light. Page number 17. Dispersion of light, second paragraph. When a beam of white light or composite light is refracted through any transparent media such as glass or water, it is split into its components colors. This phenomena is called dispersion of light. Question number 4. State Rayleigh of scattering.
Sure.
Page number 18. Rayleigh scattering law states that the amount of scattering of light is inversely proportional to the fourth power of its wavelength. Amount of scattering S is proportional to 1 by lambda power 4. This much. Then question number 9. Why does the sky appear in blue color? Page number 18. Rayleigh scattering, third paragraph. When sunlight passes through the atmosphere, the blue color is scattered to a greater extent than the red color. This scattering causes the sky to appear in blue in color. Total 5 questions are there. Learn well. Okay, student? Thank you.